Hey, HappiDaze here. In today's video, we're doing the final day of Season 25 of Grand Party. Apologies that this is going to be a voiceover again. I've been dealing with just a nasty food poisoning since I went for a birthday dinner a couple days ago, so these last couple days have just been in voiceovers as opposed to kind of the real videos. Hopefully we'll go back to those soon. I do have a pull video probably coming out most likely tomorrow. I did some pulls on the PvP Rare Group banner, so I'm not going to spoil anything and say what happened there, but stay tuned for that. Because I was kind of delirious yesterday, I forgot to hit record before I started the first match, so just know that we're going to just get right into that first match, so you won't see the three captains that I chose, but yeah, stick around to the end. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get right into match number 1. So we're going to go ahead and get into the first match. As you can see, we are using our strength team. It just has a lot of awesome buffs in terms of defense for this certain GP season, so it works really well. The Luffy just hits like a tank when he goes, which is why we're really using him to go. So the first match is going to be a strength versus strength matchup. The reason that I kind of liked my side a little bit better is I have the Sanji here who can just help our specials to get a little bit done quicker because of the CT he provides part of his sailor ability there, or his GP ability I should say. So it just helps us go. We can see King just goes absolute monster, does a lot of awesome damage there with his 50% HP cut. And then because this isn't a burst captain, it just makes it so I don't have to really worry too much. If the G5 Luffy goes on their side, or the Film Red Luffy there, it's not a big deal at all. So you can see there Kobe just hasted pretty much all their units there. So I'm going to probably take a shot right here from the G5 Luffy. Film Red Luffy, and basically that will charge our gauge. And just because what I've been going for this season at least, and I've stuck with this team, these three team sets I've been using, one being the Strength, one being the Slashers, one being the Int, is that I'm able to just hold my own this season because there's just not a lot of weird debuffs. So you see I lost a bunch of units there. Did use my burst, and you can see now that there's not that many left on their side. I know that Sanji's special is going to go before my Film Red Luffy can go, but once Film Red Luffy goes, he's pretty much going to wipe out the board just because he's insane with what he can actually do. So, boom, you can see he just dinks everyone off the board, and boom, the mirror match is done, thanks to the fact that we had a burst. If we didn't have a burst, that would be a completely different story, and I wouldn't have went strength versus strength, but that strength team can hit super hard, and the fact that they have the defense, I didn't want to risk having my slasher team go against them. Could have threw a quick team on there, though they do have a lot of defense down the season, so even that might have been tricky to win. So you can see for the second match here, this person decided to use a quick team. What that means is that basically as soon as Luffy goes, like, he's just going to absolutely annihilate anyone that's on the board. S-Hawk should also do a good job on annihilating anyone that's on the board, and there's really nothing they can do. So we're not going to get our burst gauge charged for the second match, so we're not even going to use it. But yeah, quick this season is not the answer, especially with a lot of the recent PvP rare recruits that have been coming out, right? With the Blackbeard batch there, it just doesn't make sense to run a quick team this season, and the rule set kind of favored you not doing that as well. So yeah, we're just taking a little bit of damage just as we get ready to go. Luffy's going to go here and literally just, boom, one shot, everyone gone, doesn't matter. Like, it's just, yeah, the quick team just got such a high nerf this season because they want to have people use Dex teams. So yeah, that kind of was what it was. And now S-Hawk should pretty much wrap it up right here. Izo just want to stay on for just another second. Damage all the time will probably kill her right here if Luffy doesn't. Perfect. And there we go. So that is match number 1. That's done for the day. So let's go ahead and get into match number 2, see what opponents that we have after we kind of get our rewards here. So let's see, I'm hoping that we get a rare recruit on this one. We'll kind of see what happens. But yeah, that was a pretty good first win. You'd like to see that. Alright, so we get 2 side Luffy's, so like I said, even if we had to face them, I'm not really scared, but we're just going to face that third team just because there's not a reason to risk. When you can't see the teams, you want to eliminate as much risk as you can, so because we know that's the Shanks crew, they only have a damage dealing burst, nothing kind of crazy, we're just going to go with that. So it looks like from this first team, this person randomized their team as well once they were done for the day. So we're going to make sure we do that as well, help everyone get to those 15 wins. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing really too scary about this team. Obviously, you have the Film Red G5 Luffy there who hits like an absolute monster. You have the Bonnie who can reverse specials for some characters, but not too many people that's scary on that back bench. So pretty much once we get our specials off, we'll be in an absolutely fantastic spot to be. We obviously have 2 bursts to use. They have their burst, but like I said, they're just fixed damage of anywhere between 500 to 1,000, just depending on how much level move rate their Shanks crew is there. So we're going to do a little bit special verse on our own side. Luffy's going to absolutely destroy like he likes to do. Yamato's going to come in, do 7,500 fixed damage to 2 characters. And then we just have the backbench come in here. So unfortunately, we don't have S-Hawk ready. It would be great if he was, because then he could just wipe everyone out himself. So yeah, unfortunately, we're just going to have to wait just a little bit to go ahead and defeat these guys. Of course, we're going to keep running their specials with the Nami and Karina, and a little bit of the Blackbeard as well, and just basically just chip away at their health until they're ready to go. So with this team being a auto team, I'm guessing that the second team will also be an auto team as well. So that's good for us. We don't really have to worry about facing a quick team, for example, versus our strength team. So we're gonna leave that strength team in slot number 2 and just go ahead and play it out, see what happens. Hopefully, it won't be too bad there. You got the Yamato and Luffy unit there, so they do a little bit of damage. I mean, they do have the S-Hawk on their side as well, which always does a bunch of damage that you have to worry about. But I mean, outside of that, like, there's not really many units on this side of the field that scare me. If S-Hawk goes, great, we'll get our burst charged or mostly charged, and then we can use it if we have to. But because of the defensive buffs for this season for the strength team, I'm not worried at all about us losing this battle, especially because it's an auto team as well. So we'll just plug along, see if either we get our Luffy special to go first, or they get their S-Hawk and the Yamato Ace to go first, and whoever gets that off, it'll either be us doing this damage that we just did right here and then banking them with Luffy, or we'll just end up basically using the burst to take care of it. Blackbeard with a little more HP cut, only did action bind on 1 unit, which is kind of depressing, but it is what it is. Luffy's going to absolutely destroy here. Yeah, this level Limb Break 5 Luffy is just insane. With like the amount of damage that he can output is just ridiculous. And yeah, at this point, like, there's nothing they can do to beat us. We're just waiting really for our specials to go ahead and get charged so we can go ahead and beat them. But we can just skip, just save you guys some time not having to watch the match. And just like that, we got our second victory of the day, bringing us up to 14 wins, which you'd like to see. So yeah, one more match, and we'll see if we can get 15 out of 15 and get that title and wrap up the season of Grand Party. So let's go ahead and do our final match of the day. Take a look. Perfect. All 3 captains are all non-burst captains. You'd love to see that. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take on this team up the top. Just I think that first team is probably going to be a Dex team. Unless they did auto. Let's see here. Could be still Dex. So Mask is Dex. Nope, because you have a kind of a mix here. So it looks like this person set the team on auto when they were done for the day, which is awesome. So thank you for doing that. Obviously, there are a couple units that are a little bit scary here. You have the Luffy in the back who can hit pretty hard. You have the Smoker who can do the action or special bind, which is just absolutely a pain to deal with, and it's a long special bind. Somewhere on the order of, I believe it's like 15 or 20 seconds, so it's pretty long. They don't really have much damage dealers here, so I'm not worried about that portion of it. And they don't have many side characters here as well, so it's not like they're getting like the ton of cool talent reduction there. And they're not a burst captain, right? So we don't have to worry about it. So it might take us a little bit longer to beat this first match just because of, depending on how that Smoker special goes. It could, the damage dealers on this team really are pretty much Luffy. He's pretty much the main damage dealer. I mean, obviously the Jack does the HP cut for us. but Luffy is really the main damage dealer. So if he gets special bound like he did there, yeah, it just makes the match prolonged much more than it has to be. It makes us take much more damage than we probably have to take. And that will just not put us in a great spot just because we have, obviously, Soapmask does more damage over time. And like I said, we have that Luffy on the back bench who can go ahead and just do a bunch of damage there as well. Not going to affect the outcome of this match at all. I'm not worried about that. But it's just kind of a pain to have to deal with that. So Luffy's going to go here. Hopefully he'll take out these 4. Perfect, he does. Yeah, so at this point, we're going to be waiting just a little bit. Obviously, Kobe can do a little bit of damage with his special. Does some CT reduction for us there. Jack will go. Unfortunately, his HP cut won't be as strong because it's not at the beginning of the match within the first, 30 seconds. So, unfortunately for us there, that is a pain. But it kind of is what it is. Luffy's revive right there. And we are going to take a shot from him. So while that's not great for us because we're taking damage, it's great in the fact that it charges our burst, gets us one step closer so we can hopefully get through match number 2 quicker, get the 15 wins, and bounce and complete another season of Grand Party with 15 out of 15. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the main thing that you can do to help people out for this Grand Party is when you're done for the day, set your teams to auto so everyone can get a chance to get those 15 out of 15 wins. There's literally no reason to not do that. So just please make sure that you do that at the end of the day. This team here, yeah, a bunch of slashers on it. But yeah, like I said, nothing really too scary there. We'll just go ahead and go. This in team is just going to melt them. It's just a matter of us just waiting to get our special to go. Once Luffy and Esok go, that will pretty much just wrap this match up, and we'll be able to call it a day. We'll see if the Roger gets his special off. That should charge our burst or enough to at least use it. But we'll see. We'll see if they, with the cooldown rewind that we do, if they're able to actually get their special off before that happens. Looks like Roger just to get his CT delay there. Luffy's ready to go right here. And he just destroyed that front line. And then Yamato's going to come in and basically probably take out 2 units here herself. And if she can't, then Esok's going to come in and take out the units. Now, I think some of those units on that front line actually got wiped out because they were free spirit. So I'm guessing the Odin and maybe another couple units there ended up getting wiped. But if we can defeat these 3 guys, then we don't have to worry about them coming back into the fold. It just makes it a lot easier. Nami and Karina just missed there, but this next hit should seal the deal. Luffy does. Boom. There we go. So, yeah, there we go to wrap up the season. So, again, 15 out of 15. Love to see that. The community strat of setting your team to auto at the end should definitely be followed, and you'll see I'm going to do that in just a second here. So, while I am doing that and setting my team to auto so everyone get 15 out of 15, just let me know how this season of Grand Party went for you. Did you like that it wasn't kind of as restrictive as a lot of other Grand Party seasons lately have been? You know, was there... did you find a lot of people actually using the community strategy of making sure that they're... And I'm just changing my captain here because they assigned my captain randomly to the Luffy, and that's just not good. We don't want to have people have to face that. So I'm going to set it to Kizaru just so it's a non-burst captain there. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below how your Grand Party season went. If you like this season, if you're excited for the Super Pirate Rumble that's coming right around the block tonight. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And until next time, be kind to each other.